This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Purvi Dave. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing fabulous. It is actually a beautiful day out today. It was, in terms of weather. So it's been a great day. How about yourself?
It's been great here as well. It rained just a bit. Oh no, it was a bit overcast possibly. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's in the Caribbean. It's mostly beautiful days, thankfully.
Lucky you. I'm in Chicago, so it's a little bit cooler.
A little bit, you say. Around what temperature is it right now?
Today got into like high 40s, almost 50. So for us, that's good.
Yeah, we're possibly mostly around the 80s here. So I understand what good means to you, but it's not good for me.
It's a big difference when you talk about the Caribbean.
Yes, it is. Well, do tell us, like, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at a specific time in history?
That would be Andrada. She had listed you down as a podcast to listen to, and I listened to a few of your episodes, and I'm like, I like your the way you do the 12 minutes. It's very informative and just packed full of information.
You're a go-getter, right? Like, you follow through. Who did you learn that from?
My dad and just life experiences. You just have to push through, and if you want to see achievements, you gotta, put in the action.
I can agree with that. So tell us what you do professionally, please.
So at the moment, I am a full-time entrepreneur working on my app called FamTyme. That's FamTyme. It's an emotional well-being app for families, which helps children understand and identify their emotions and provide awareness to parents, so that way they can help their child navigate through effectively problem-solving any issues that they may come across.
That's amazing. Wow, that's a great idea. Wow. So where did that come from?
So the idea actually came through my own personal journey that I went through in 2016, where I was, I guess, just being challenged by life itself, and I was going through some ups and downs, and I realized that I was hating the person that I was becoming, and sometimes I think the universe tells you, guides you. And if you're able to make a change in your life, great. Otherwise, it really knocks on your door and tells you wake up and you have to make a change. And I started doing a lot of inner work in myself. And it helped me figure out a few things that I never actually talked about in my childhood that have played a big role in my life and how the person that I was. And one of them was that at the age of 16, I've shared this story quite a few times, so I can, freely share it more and more now, the more I talk about it. But I was sexually assaulted by 3 men, and I had never talked about it. I never told my parents, and I remember telling myself that I was going to take this to my grave because I just didn't know how to deal with it or how to communicate that with anybody. And by never dealing with that, it made me realize, wow, how much of an impact it has had on me. So my goal with FamTyme is to help children communicate any sort of problems that they have with their parents, to start them at a young age, to get them into that habit, so that way they can openly and freely express any challenges that they may be going through.
That's a great idea. I appreciate you taking what could have been a pain point for the rest of your life and transforming it into something that can help others. I appreciate you sharing your story as well. I'm glad that you're gaining healing through that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. most definitely. Tell us where's the best place that people can reach out to you.
So for me, they can connect me primarily on LinkedIn is my most favorite place. And my ID is Purvi, Purvi, Dave, Dave 007. And any platform, same user ID.
All right. Tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Oh, consistently. I think I have constantly been trying to challenge myself over the past 3 years in different ways. I've taken on a lot of new habits, whether it's reading, consistently going to the gym, and improving my physical capabilities, and what else? I think the biggest thing for me right now is just constantly learning. And if I feel like if I'm not learning, then I'm not growing. So I constantly want to challenge myself and understand different people, different perspectives, and just keep growing
How
myself.
does it make you feel to see the growth that has occurred over the last 3 years?
Pretty fantastic. Yeah, I can see the type of person that I was before and the type of person that I'm working to become. And I see a lot more confidence in me. I used to have so much negativity built up inside of me for my own self and my own abilities and doubts and fears. And I'm just working to conquer those every single day.
Love it. Well, again, amazing audience. You're hearing it live from Purvi Dave. Now, there is Sonia in the LinkedIn name, right? Is it Purvi Sonia?
Yes.
Is that like one name?
So Sonia is my middle name, and there's a story behind that as well. Would you like to know? So I actually created Sonia because growing up, I used to get made fun of my name a lot. So in my Spanish class, Sonia was my name that I picked, and I just loved it. So I stuck with it, and I decided to just have a new identity, I guess.
There we go. It's as easy as that, right? You can create your own brand.
Right?
There we go. There we go.
Exactly.
Right, Purvi. Well, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Purvi, what is your earliest childhood memory?
That would have to be when I was in India. I grew up in India with my mom's older sister from age 2 to 5. And I remember, like, we have this holiday in India. It's called Holi, like the festival of colors. And people, like, paint color on you.
We
And
call it Pagua in Trinidad.
oh, nice. Oh, you guys celebrate that too. That's pretty cool. And I just clearly, vividly remember that, like being by my aunt and just observing and taking all of that in. And it was just such a warm and just a comfortable feeling.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Oh, that's a good question. Who I am today, I think it gives me a little bit of a peace in terms of the type of person that I'm working to become, because I feel like I finally am understanding and becoming my true self. And all of the conditioning and all of the previous life experiences have prevented me and held me back from being that authentic, just loving life and free going and less overthinking and just embracing everything that life is giving me.
Interesting. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory? I love the concept of FamTyme being the combination of a platform where an individual gets the opportunity to express their feelings, their emotions. And I see within the Festival of Color where they're painting each other, right? They're spraying each other down with paint, literally, right? That it's the platform for them to go through the plethora of emotions. And I see it as the colors, right? But within that, it's the message, right? There's a message that is then translated, communication, an open communication application created. And to see that you're doing that via the app and creating that FamTyme, it's pretty intriguing how they both connect for me. Yeah?
You said it so beautifully. Yeah.
Thank you. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12, it would have to be Madonna, Vogue, and a lot of Vanilla Ice at that time too.
Ice, baby.
Yes.
All right, Purvi. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's
Have
do
you chosen
it.
someone to pass on your skills to? Are
Yes.
you married? Do you have children? Do you believe in
No.
God? Do you have an
Yes.
inner circle of friends? Do you watch
Yes.
TV for more than 3 hours a day? How about 3
No.
hours a week? What about
No.
screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day? If you had
Less.
to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Purvi Sonia Davie, what would you say that is?
Just a true, authentic person who is trying to give back to the world for what it has given me in different ways.
Purvi, this has been a great pleasure. I'm glad that you passed by to have this conversation. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
That I think you're an amazing human being for what you do, and I am so grateful to have met you, and I hope that we have a continued friendship.
I do so as well. I'm so glad again, Purvi. I like the Sonia part, right? So Purvi Sonia David, thanks for passing by. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-minute convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.